Hello, this is Simon Klein from TradeSmart at 8:30 a.m. Eastern Time on the 16th of July 2017. Welcome to this week's episode of Where is the Dollar Going Next? And what you see before you, as usual, is the dollar index wound back to the end of last week on the daily chart. We said last week that we'd have to wait potentially till Monday to see if we put in a higher pivot low, and then maybe we're likely to move to the upside, and if not, maybe we will move to the downside. We also said, based on the larger time frames, the weekly and the monthly chart, that the odds were greater on a continuation of the move to the downside. So let's see how the market played out last week. So on Monday, the market actually did put in a higher pivot low, and we were expecting a potential move to the upside, but as we said again, based on the weekly and monthly chart, the odds are greater on a continuation of move to the downside. So on Tuesday we actually moved to the downside. Once this happened, it's most likely that the dollar will continue moving to the downside. We failed to follow through on the upside, and if you're actually trading this intraday, and we pointed this out in our live trading room, that even though we closed to the upside here and put a higher pivot low, it wasn't looking likely that we're going up, and most likely will continue to the downside. So we pointed that out intraday, and so we did get a move to the downside on Tuesday, and on Wednesday we moved to the demand zone here and actually bounced a little bit. On Thursday we bounced a bit more, and on Friday we actually broke below this demand zone into the demand zone below, and this is where we are at the end of the week. So the question is this: where is the dollar likely to go next this week? Well, we're sitting in demand here, so we may move to the upside, but the odds are that we are likely to continue moving to the downside. So let's have a look at the larger time frames as we've done in previous weeks. If we look at the weekly chart, we can see that we've actually moved deeper into this demand zone. We're still in a demand zone, albeit not a strong demand zone, and it's most likely that we're going to continue moving down, but we may bounce to the upside again. And likewise, if we look at the monthly chart, you can see, as we've said a number of months ago, right back up here, that this may very well be the top of the dollar in a very long time. And you can see for the past 1, 2, 3, 4, and we're in the 5th month of moving to the downside. We're getting close to this demand zone over here, and we may bounce to the upside, but I still think that the odds are greater on a continuation of the move to the downside. So we may bounce here, but if we're not supported here, then we're likely to continue to the downside. So those are the odds of where the dollar is likely to go next this week. What I'd like to do now is let you know about two events, two free webinars that you can actually take part in this week. So tomorrow I'm taking part in the Timing Research Show, where we discuss the future movements of the S&P 500. And last week I said on that show, I was on the show last week as well, that it's most likely that the E-minis, or that the S&P, was to move to the upside by the end of the week. So if we take a look at the E-minis very quickly, you can see exactly this is how the market played out to the upside. And we explained in last week's show on last Monday exactly why I believe that the market was going to move to the upside. And I'd also like to point your attention to a webinar I'm doing, a live market analysis using supply and demand, on Tuesday. Also, both of them are at 1 p.m. Eastern Time. I'll put the links below the video, and I urge you to sign up for these webinars, and you'll learn a tremendous amount about how to read the market with them. So this is Simon Klein from TradeSmart. If you like this video, hit the like button below, share it with your friends, and be sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel at the end. Wishing you the best of luck with your trading this week.